to another great review. I hope it's great. Today I'm going to do a detailed review and taste test of Belgian White. This is Blue Moon Belgian White and Corona Extra. Now these two are definitely not in the same category. Made totally different. One's at a very large brewery. The other one is at a microbrew. So there are a lot of funds able to make this one taste the way it is, and I would say less funds to make this one taste the way it is. Now, if you're a fan of Belgian White, and I've had this once before, and I know already which one I prefer. As you can see, when pouring the Blue Moon in here, you're going to see a not clear color, kind of hazy. If you look at the bottom there, and I can smell that from here. And this has that the finish. You smell this is an average smell, I think, of microbrew brews that are not darker. The ales and the Belgians, whites. So when it comes to the darker colored beers from, let's say, like the same place, I'm not sure if they have a real dark color, but I used to make home brew, and this would taste like the stuff we would make. This isn't as bad as the stuff we made, but when they make the darker stuff, they use a non-fermentable sugar called lactose. And this sugar is not fermentable, so it sweetens up the brew. And I think any of these colors in here, or the lack of being able to see through it like this one, we could pour this one right away. And you could tell the difference. One you could see right through, and the other is kind of a smoggy look. Now, that's what gives it the off flavors, I believe. And when you have the darker ones, that non-fermentable sugar, lactose, will it doesn't get rid of this, but I think it hides it really good. It also makes the beer sweeter. So when it comes to these two beers, and like I say, these two are not in the same category. One is really, really good, and the other is not so good. I'm not a big fan of this beer. I bought it recently wanting to test it out and compare it, do a taste test. And Probably won't be buying it again. I know they got a fairly good sized microbrew in California where they make this. And I kind of confused why they let that go out. Now when it comes to the mouthfeel of the Corona Extra is light and crispy. Very good. And the Blue Moon has a medium body with a smooth, creamy texture. But if you ever made home brew, it does resemble the home brew aftertaste. It's not the most pleasant. Now both Corona and the Blue Moon both are enjoyable. I'm almost positive there's a large group that loves this type of beer. I'm just not one of them. Now Corona Extra, with its light, crisp flavor and refreshing quality, is perfect for a hot summer day or a casual gathering. And the Blue Moon White, Belgian White, is very complex. It has a complex aroma, and the flavor profile is ideal for those who appreciate a richer, more flavorful beer that can be savored for its own fare in a variety of dishes. Now, to be honest, well, I don't know if I should really keep going with this. If you never had it, boy, I'm not one to, I don't know, I'm going to be honest here. If you ever worked at a farm and you had cowboy boots on and you fell in a pond, and when you got home, you emptied the water in the boot and you put it in a glass like this and forgot about it for about a month, let it sit on the windowsill for about a month, and then took a drink. I don't know which would be worse. I'm not a big fan of it, that's for sure. Now both these two beers will cater to two different groups. And if you want to support Blue Moon and the smaller breweries or the microbrews, have at it. It's not my thing. So with this one, I would definitely have to say this is the number one and this is the number two. Now once again, I don't mean to insult anybody. I don't know how to describe it any other way. Sorry about the boot reference, but it is what it is. Thanks for joining us today, and remember, if you go out to drink, do not drink and drive. Thanks for joining us today.